Well, this is video clip number 2. When I was happy with the plywood templates and they fit onto the table, I then cut some pieces of, I have half-inch aluminum plate, and I cut a box. It's about 1.25 inches for the side panels, and I drilled, tapped, and put cap screws into the sides to make the box. Drilling aluminum with small drill bits is a challenge, and I even broke a tap, so I've got a little unequal on this one outer panel that shows, but I'm probably going to make another panel. Now, what I did do is I got the inner A panel done completely, and I have a nice tight fit for the lead screw that comes out of the table drive, and then I have the hole for that to come through just for spacing. I used 1.25 inches because that gives me plenty of room for the gears, and I have the alignment pins and the cap screws all ready to go. I get the aluminum from a scrapyard in 12-inch wide panels. I usually get 18 inches or so, and then cut it down to what I need on the table saw. Putting the gears together, I use this copper tubing. It's just a water pipe, I guess. And I run some masking tape on the outside, and then I glue the gear to the masking tape, and then when it's had a day or so to seal up, then I start on the lathe and I cut one side, insert the arbor or the bushing that I want, then flip it around and glue the arbor or the bushing in one side, and then use that side to chuck it in the lathe to bore out the other side. What I'm working on now is dimensions for the motor and the idler gear setup. I'll show that in video clip number 2. I've made idler gear sort of holders or little tabs, but I didn't cut the outer aluminum plate because I wasn't sure where the motor would go and where the idler gear pivot point would be. So that's going to be the next step after I work out the idler gear in this plywood mock-up. And what I have is, I can show you that when you pull this up, the gears are unattached. When you drop it down, they're engaged, and you have motor drive and table drive. If you lift it up, they're freewheeling. The only thing is that you have to be careful with where you put the motor as far down as possible, so when this gear comes up, it doesn't go above where the table on the lathe is, because I'd like to have a nice cover on it. Anyway, this is video clip number 2. I'll go into the idler gear in a second.